We begin tonight, of course, with Gita and its aftermath, and there's some big picture stuff here. It is becoming increasingly obvious that numerous small coastal communities in this country are at risk of being swallowed by the sea. More on that later. But first, Golden Bay, where thousands of people are stranded after the only road between it and the outside world was badly damaged by slips. Gita hit a very wide area, but it's the upper South Island where the damage is most obvious and most problematic. The Transport Agency says it's likely to be several days before State Highway 60 over the Takaka Hill is open to even a single lane. Several days. Civil Defence Minister Chris Whaafoy, Primary Industries Minister Damien O'Connor and Civil Defence Director Sarah Stewart-Black have flown in by helicopter to assess the damage, while the Defence Force is flying in welfare teams to help people who are absolutely stranded. Here's Tracy Neal.
The government visit was more than reconnaissance. It also served as a delivery trip for much-needed medical supplies picked up from the ambulance service in Nelson and delivered to clinics in Golden Bay. And food is also running out quickly. The owner-operator of Fresh Choice Takaka, Roger Tate, says he had people queuing from early this morning, panic buying essential items.
I got here about 8 and it was just crazy. People everywhere queuing up, panic buying basically. So.
And what were people panic buying?
Everything. Milk and bread obviously went first because obviously we didn't get fresh supplies and this morning there wasn't a lot there to start with, so that got cleaned out. Toilet paper, canned goods.
Authorities say food supplies will be transported by sea and are due to arrive tomorrow. Up to 1,000 tourists are said to be among those stranded in Golden Bay. Air services provided by 2 small airlines are stretched, and there's talk of boat and barge services to help get people out. David Rinink has an escape plan.
So now we're going to take the bus to Tautarunui, take the water taxi to Katiritiri, and take the bus to Nelson again. And my wife, she doesn't like boating so much, we managed to get her on a plane now.
Stranded German tourist Stephanie Pegos says they are making the most of their situation. She and her partner arrived in Golden Bay only yesterday.
Yesterday we were invited by our hosts to have a common dinner because, there were no energy and all the stuff. So we have also a lot of honeymooners here, which actually are quite happy that there couldn't be any better place to be stuck. It could be really worse.
The Transport Agency says there are 16 slips between the Rewaka Valley and the summit of Takaka Hill, with 2 sections of road completely washed away. Staff from the Transport Agency got a closer look at the road from a helicopter earlier today, and a full assessment of the repairs needed is now underway. Roger Ball of Civil Defence says even minimal road access is days away.
We're being told it's going to be several days to get even a single lane through. So that has some important implications. It means in the meantime we need to look at urgent options for resupplying food and other basic supplies to the Golden Bay area.
The New Zealand Defence Force is taking welfare teams to help civilians stranded in Golden Bay and several other communities in the South Island. Major General Tim Gall says police are being flown into Takaka, and the Defence Force will also be conducting an aerial survey of storm-hit areas. The state of emergency was lifted in the Bulla district early this afternoon. French tourists Max Rica and Fanny Dauchemont were touring the west coast and found themselves in the thick of the storm.
I've told her 2 days ago it's perfectly sunny, not a single cloud, and you're gonna enjoy. And
yesterday we were on the road, and there was like branches falling, and it was like passing. So it could be a bit frightening for moments, but it was okay.
The Bulla District Council's Chief Executive Andy Gowland-Douglas says the Emergency Operations Centre will remain open but with minimal staffing. The focus now will be on recovery and welfare. The Red Cross Field Operations Manager in Granity, Melissa Davidson, says it'll be a number of days before people with flooded homes can return.
And clean-up's just starting, and that's often the longest. So we'll be involved for quite a while yet, and they'll rotate teams through to make sure that fatigue's not happening, etc., and that we're there for people.
The Ruby Bay Mapua areas of Nelson escaped damage from the expected storm surge, while rainfall in Canterbury did not happen as predicted. The Defence Force says resources are on standby to help in New Plymouth, while members of the 3rd Combat Service Support Battalion continue to monitor the situation on the West Coast and Canterbury. For Checkpoint, Tracy Neal.